Good morning, everybody. It's day 56. I have a short 4.5 mile hike out this morning. Danger is actually starting back at the hostel this morning. He's got a 15.5 mile hike I think this morning. He won't get in till late or later. He left earlier than I did. I went to church this morning and had a nice service. I talked about the on my last video. Well, this is one of the places where the Virginia Creeper Trail and the Appalachian Trail actually run together. So you have a nice walking surface. Actually have a bench if I wanted to stop and take a break. In fact, I might just do that and have a little bit of lunch. So I did take a stop back there and had lunch. Morning. And so I had a seat back there and had lunch, which was nice. As you can see, there's people out on bikes today, people walking the trail. But the Virginia Creeper Trail basically follows this stream all the way up the mountain and down. There's actually a shuttle that will take you up and you can ride back down into town. That's what I was going to do yesterday, but I ran out of time with the amount of time I spent at the library finishing up taxes. Hey everyone, it's before 1 o'clock. I've already got to the shelter. Shelter is a very nice shelter here. A very nice, see the mountains over there in the background. The privy's down that way. The trail's down that way. The water's down behind the shelter. I'm here having what remains of my lunch. And yep, that's lettuce and tomato on that sandwich, Jennifer, believe it or not. So today was a relatively short day. Tomorrow we have a 12-mile day, and I think the day after is actually going to end up being a 15-mile day. So some long days coming up, and the next town we get to is Marion. Just wanted to share a little bit about the shelter I'm at. I've already got my stuff laid out, or started laying my stuff out. There is a bear problem here at these in this area, so they've given us bear boxes in this area to store our food at. So I've already done that with the exception of my lunch, but my lunch will be gone soon. Hey guys, it's day 57. As you can see, I've got some rain gear over my head. It keeps sprinkling. Not putting the coat on, just threw it over my pack and over me to get the sprinkles coming down. I have a 12.5 mile hike today. Done 5 so far, or almost 5, and it's been up. We've did a 2,000-foot climb. This is Buzzard Rock. As you can see, there is no view from Buzzard Rock today. It was beautiful when we got up, sun was shining, but during the course of 3 hours that I've been hiking, it is basically fogged in. So we have no view, but I wanted to share what view of Buzzard Rock. Hey everyone, I'm 10.5 miles in, or almost 10.5 miles in, or I'm sorry, 11 miles into a 12.5 mile day. Just came across this view, thought I'd share it. Pretty cool view. Today has been a lot of climbing. The first 5 miles there was 2,000 foot of climbing, then we went down, and now we're going back up again. I got about another 1.5 miles or so till the shelter, so I'll be there shortly, but I just wanted to share this kind of cool view that we have here. A little the trail turns right up here, and so we're just a little off trail to come over here and see the view. So we get another view here, pretty cool. only about a half mile or so from the shelter, but came across this little view, so thought I'd share it. We're actually heading up that way on the trail, still going up. As I said, it's been a lot of climbing, a lot of rocks today. These are little rocks, but some of the rocks we've gone over, stepping from rock to rock. And it's been raining most of the day. It's bright and sunny out right now, which is nice, but all the rocks are wet, so that makes it a very slow going. This shelter is 1/10 of a mile away. Basically came around the corner. This is that field that I was looking at from the other peak over there, but it's really cool, the multiple peaks here, just looking straight forward. As I zoom out, you can see the field, I think, right up there where the, let me see if I can zoom in, right up in there where those pines are at. I think that's where the shelter is, or we should be very close. So I am getting ready to get to camp, of course. Then it will be set up camp and be ready for the night. I will follow up with tomorrow with what the plans are tomorrow. So I made it to Thomas Knob. It was a 11.5 mile day, something like that. A nice little cabin or shelter. You can see I've already got camp set up for the night. Got my backpack, nice log structure. This one is a double-decker ladder that goes up to the upper level, and I'll just do a little bit of a climb here. So it's a cool upper deck, just kind of like an attic. So this one will sleep 14, I think. So 14 people can sleep here. A little bit of a challenge getting out. This would definitely not be a gen entry shelter. You have to actually jump down to the rock. It is definitely not handicap accessible. So, Thomas Knob shelter. And then I'll show you the nice view from the back of the shelter. You have a little bit of a walk to do it. Up the rocks. We had rocks like this all freaking day. So it was quite a challenging day between rocks and roots. I did not fall once, but I had a number of slips. But this is basically a lot of that same view I showed you earlier, just a little different vantage point. Now, just to give you a little idea, that box over there is the bear box for the camp. So we need to walk our food. It's actually down the trail. We're looking at it. The trail goes around our left here, and then goes over there, or at least my left. The other thing to show you is if we look down this way, see the fencing down there. That's where the water source is at, and you go down these rocks to get there, and it's a rocky path all the way over to get water. So I've already got my water for the evening, so I've got what I need to do dinner, and getting ready for the evening. It's kind of early. We thought about doing another 5 miles today, but the next shelter, you have to stay in the shelter. There is no camping there, and I know there's already 6 people ahead of us. So if Danger and I got there and there was actually 8, because that shelter will hold 8, we'd have to move on, and it's 6 miles beyond that. So we're just going to leave tomorrow morning and do breakfast, brunch, or lunch there, depending on what time we get there. Have a good night, everybody. everybody. I took a detour this evening before I had dinner. Before I went to bed, I climbed Mount Rogers. Mount Rogers is the highest point in Virginia. This is it. There's no view really. It's just a wooded lot. But this is the highest point in Virginia. This is Mount Rogers. Good morning, everyone. It's a cold morning out here. It did get below freezing. There was frost on the ground this morning. I have left camp this morning at daybreak. You can tell it's a little past daybreak now. I've done 0.9 miles, which makes it official. I've now completed 500 miles of the Appalachian Trail. There is nothing here show that you've reached 500 miles. It is, that's the way I came, and that's the way I'm going. There's the white blaze. There's no marker or anything like that. You just look at the map and know that it says that you've reached the 500 mile mark. So I guess that would be 500 miles. Looks good to me. I'm continuing on a couple miles and I will hit oh shoot, I forgot the name of it. I'll be back. Sorry about that. Forgot the name of it. Grayson Highland National Park, or State Park. And so they have wild horses there, so it's possible that we'll see some wild horses. Last night when we had to store our food in the bear box, I showed you where the bear box was. It was quite a ways away from camp, and it was right on the AT. Probably about a quarter of a mile down from or a little less than that, than from where our shelter was at. But we had to walk it down there last night, put it in the box. Then this morning, it's like, I'm not going to walk down there, pick it up, bring it back to camp, make breakfast, and then have to walk right by there to go back down the trail. So I just grabbed my food on the way out. So I haven't had breakfast yet. But there's another shelter in about 5 miles, well, 4 miles now, and I'm planning on stopping there and having a brunch. So if I see any sights, I will definitely be back and share those with you. But if not, we'll probably see some stuff when we get to the Grayson Highlands. Along this route, there's a lot of big rocks like this. Came from that way. Interesting formation here. So it's just a tunnel made by this big rock that has fallen and covered here. And you can squeeze through there. I already did. I'm not doing it again. I understand there's more of those coming up. So maybe I'll tape one of those when I go through it. I mentioned lots of big rocks. Well, there's lots of little rocks too. This is actually the path. These rocks. One thing I do have to say about this is it's very hard on the knees and the ankles. So if you're doing this, you got to be really careful. Plan your steps. Because your foot isn't always get a flat spot to stand on. So sometimes you're standing on the peak of the rock, other times your foot's angled, and if you do a couple miles of this, your ankles will really feel it, because it's getting quite a different it's not like walking on flat ground where your foot's flat on the ground. You're constantly your ankles being twisted in different directions. So it's an interesting climb. I have had some of these in the past, but I thought that was a good example of it. Now I'm just on slick rock, a little flatter, but I'm sure I'll have some more of the other up here in a little bit. You can hear the wind in the background. I haven't made it to the Grayson Highlands yet, but I did make it to this view. Oh, there's pine trees in the way. That is a beautiful good morning view. So there are a lot of rock formations along here. In addition, that's the sky. You can see the mountains over there. I'm surrounded by mountains all the way around, but there's too many trees to actually show you right now. That's the trail. It's still pretty rocky. It's been a fun day trying to navigate everything. Just thought I'd share some of the geology around here. Alright, I showed you that section back there, or that tunnel. Got another one. So let me see if I can zoom out here. This huge rock here, but it's got an opening here. And let me try to make it up there while holding the camera. You'll know if I don't make it. This is called Batman Squeeze, and right now between this tree and this rock here, I'm already feeling it. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it's just a tunnel through this rock. Looking up, you can see how narrow it is up there at the very top. But coming back down, oops, sorry for my thumb there. I'm having to try to move stuff around as I make it over this big rock here without falling. And here's the tightest section for me with the backpack. I'm actually having to go through at about a 30-degree angle with my back because of the slant of that rock right there. I had to kind of twist and go sideways, or at an angle, and then it just comes back out and down and around and back to the trail. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the video here. I don't want to try to walk down that holding the camera. We're halfway to the first shelter and we've reached the Grayson Highlands. Couple things I noticed. That's the way we came down. Very rocky. If we turn around here, we have a gate, and I see a lot less rocks over there, so I'm looking forward to that. Gates are interesting. They this one in particular is to keep the ponies out, but basically you have to figure out how to open it. So there are a lot of different openings on the different gates. This one you just happen to pick up a slide, and then when you slide it back, it locks. I've seen ties, like a string that tied them shut. I've seen horseshoes that you had to pick up the horseshoe to release it. But this is the Grayson Highlands State Park. So I'm about halfway today. Let me give you a little bit of the view. I'll try to keep the sun out of it. If it starts getting too bad, I will. Yep, it's there. But yep, this is the Grayson Highlands. So I'm going to go ahead and start hiking. And obviously, when I see a view, I will stop. This is actually Wilbur Ridge, and this talks about the ponies that you may see in the Graceland Highlands. They were also in the Mount Rogers National Recreational Area where I was at, but we might see some ponies today. I did reach the Wise Shelter. This is the Wise Shelter. I got here about a half hour ago, maybe a little, yeah, about a half hour ago. Had my lunch, packed everything up, went to get water, and I don't trust the water source. There's too much pony manure around, so I'd rather not take my chances. So I'm going to be packing it up here and heading on out. But I just thought I'd share the shelter with you. Nice fire ring out here. There's a privy down the trail. Just not a good reliable water source as far as I'm concerned. You could use it in a pinch, but too much contaminants. I've now left the Grayson Highlands, but thought I'd share this cool waterfall that we cross over. I'm standing on a bridge, not floating over the water. So I came down that way, and I'm headed that way. So I think we'll have some good views today. I will definitely stop and share any I have find on the way. Hey guys, just got to the top of a bald, pretty view, so I thought I'd share. I'll just do a panorama here. Not much here in this section, except for Danger. Danger caught up with me. Took him 6 miles this morning, but he slipped in. I did not, and he's a little bit faster than I am. Hey everyone, we had a little bit of change of plans. I need to get some cell signal to do a doctor's appointment later today, so we skipped the shelter we were going to stay at. We're doing another 5 miles. That's going to make a 16-mile day, I think. I'll fill that more in later. I think I forgot to mention this is day 58. We're crossing, and I just wanted to share this waterfall with you. And then if I turn around, there's Danger. There's a cool waterfall here. So just wanted to share some scenery while we have it. Hey guys, made it to the shelter. Did a 15.9 mile day. I kind of rushed to get here because I thought I had a doctor's appointment scheduled. Unfortunately, it got canceled. It was supposed to be an e-visit. So we did the 15.9 rather than the 11, so I could get here and actually have cell service for the appointment, which got canceled. But we made a 15.9 mile day, which is a good day for us. We have 2 10s, a 10 tomorrow and a 10 the next day, and then we go into Marion, Virginia. Good morning everybody, it is day 59. Left the shelter this morning around 8:20. Just got to the first view, as you probably can hear in the background. This is Commerce Falls in Virginia. Nice waterfall here. There was a message in the app that I used that said this trail could be closed due to high water. During high water. Thankfully we don't have high water right now. Had to cross there on the rocks. Not a problem. And the bridge that used to be here has been washed out for a couple years now. That might be part of it down there. Anyway, just wanted to share my view of Commerce Falls. I'm heading up the stairs. Talk to you later. Hey everyone, we're staying in the Trimpy shelter tonight. It's a very nice shelter. Has a fireplace inside. Kind of cool. Most of them don't have that. As you can see, I have my stuff laid out for the night. It's a stone shelter. Picnic table out here. It's nice. Looking down here, the privy's off to the left. The water is off to the right, and then you can see down there, there's the bear box where we will store our food tonight. So we did a 9.3 mile day today. We have almost a 10-mile day tomorrow, and then into Marion, Virginia. And so plan tomorrow is get to Partnership Shelter, which is I think it's 9.8 miles away, and then we have a 0.2 mile the next day, and we will go into Marion and take a zero where we'll resupply. As you can see behind me a little bit, the trees are starting to come out and bud, which is really cool. We've got some daffodils and stuff that somebody planted around the shelter. So a really nice shelter to spend the night at, and I'll talk to you guys later. What a beautiful morning. We had the shelter last night with a nice fire going for most of the night. Actually, all the night. There were coals in the thing. Danger woke up early, actually stuck another log on the fire, and I woke up to a crackling fire this morning. It was a beautiful morning. Today is day 59. I got to this beautiful view. We're crossing this, or I'm crossing this meadow here. But there's a view of the hills across from us. Have a 10-mile day, and just thought I'd share the morning with you. See, you can see the sunrise. Sun is already up over there. It's a beautiful morning. Hey guys, a little bit of a view here. Sorry if the sun is hitting the top of the screen. This is Rye Valley down there. A little bit of a view of a farming community down there. Just wanted to share the view. Hey guys. Got another view here. Thought I'd share it. Where it gets better. This is a view of Walker Mountain. See some meadows down there, and then over here, behind those trees, you can see a little bit of a town down there. Not sure what it is, but some big buildings. But thought I'd share this view on the way. Hey everyone, as you can see behind me, I made it to the shelter. It's a Chatfield shelter. It's a little shelter. It's not much, but that's where I'll be sleeping tonight. I did a 16.7 mile day today, much longer than I planned on. I planned on stopping at 10 miles at Partnership Shelter, but when I got there, it was only 12:30 in the afternoon. The thing about Partnership Shelter, it's a very big shelter. It has a shower, except the showers haven't been turned on for the year, so there was no showers now. And I got there and I had beautiful trails all morning, so I figured I can just keep going. I've got another 7 hours of daylight, 6.5 hours of daylight. I can keep going and make it to the next shelter, which was only 7 miles. That's Chatfield Shelter. The trails in the morning were beautiful, very smooth, ups and downs, but not a lot of rocks. It was pretty nice going. Well, then I hit the other side of the this side of the Partnership Shelter, and when I went uphill, it turned to rock, and it stayed that way for the entire 7 miles. So it was a lot of walking on rocks today. There were a couple sections. When I say the entire way is probably a little bit of exaggeration. There was a couple sections where it wasn't rocky, but that was the exception. So I did make it here. It is at 5 o'clock. It took me 9 hours to do 17 point whatever miles I did it. 17.7 I think. But over 17 today. So pretty good day. Got my stuff set up for the night. Got my water collected. It's now being treated, and in about an hour I'll be able to make dinner and get ready here for the evening. Tomorrow morning I have a short 5-mile hike out of here down to the highway where the hostel will pick me up, and I'll go into town for basically a Nero. I'm doing 5 miles, 4.5 miles I think tomorrow. It's all the miles I'm doing. And then they'll pick me up. I'll go do resupply and all those other things that I need to do. Take a shower after being out here. This is day 5 or 6 in the shelter, so probably need a shower. Either way, clothes need to be washed. All those kinds of in-town things will get done tomorrow, and then I'll be back on the trail the following day. Good morning, everybody. It is day 61. I think I said day 59 yesterday. It was actually day 60. I've hiking 4.5 miles out to where I'm going to be picked up for the shuttle, for the hostel. I just got to school. This is an old schoolhouse built in 1894, and it's actually open for hikers to come and look in. I'm told you can spend the night here. But that was another 2 miles, and after doing a 17-mile day yesterday, another 2 miles was not in the works. So that we go in and take a look around. So this is the old schoolhouse. Old stove, teacher's desk, the hikers. I have signed the blackboard, and these are the students' desks. I think some of them are facing the wrong way, and there's an old picture there on the wall of some school children fetching some water out of the well. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. A little more to see. Let me walk outside and go around the back. There's actually a his and hers privy out here, so they would have had to go somewhere, and obviously it wasn't in the no indoor bathroom in the schoolhouse, but it's a neat little building. Just thought I'd share that with you this morning. And just down the road, this next building down here that you can see through the trees, that is the Settlers Museum. It's not currently open, so can't go in there, but it's right next to the old schoolhouse. It might be springtime. The spring beauties are all over out here today. There's also May apples coming up. They aren't flowering yet, but soon. And I saw a huge, I guess grove would be the best word for it, of forsythias earlier today. And a couple of the trees are starting to flower out. A lot of things are leafing out, which is pretty cool. You might be able to see some of them. It's turning more green, that's for sure. I got about 1.5 miles until I get to my pickup point, and I'll do a wrap up there. So pretty good view this morning. Pretty cool. Farm down there. Maybe I can walk a little bit and get a better picture. Quite a big house. I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but there's the highway. Actually, you may have just seen the semi go by behind that house. It goes another one. That is US Route 81, and that's where I'm actually heading. There's a Virginia Route 11 right parallels it and right before it, and that's where I'm heading for my pickup. This is American field pansies I found here on the trail as I was walking, so a little more signs of spring. Hey guys, made it just over 4.5 miles today. Got pickup, currently at the hostel. Get the important hostel things done, have my laundry in, took a shower, get the box from my wife, so I have my different sleeping bag, so I'll be sending the other one back, and just chilling out today. Plan on finding a good place to go out to eat here in this town. Thanks for watching my videos. Well, I finished the last piece of what I needed to do here at the hostel, and that was to clean up the face. It was getting really straggly, and I do have my new shirt that my wife sent me, long sleeve with my logo on it, so it was nice to get my new shirt, long sleeve shirt. I appreciate my wife getting that taken care of and sending it to me. Thank you, honey.